So do you guys struggle with coming up with content ideas for your channel? If you do, let me know. And if you have any great ideas about how to brainstorm uh, content ideas, let me know that too. So I have about 5 different ways, my favorite ways to come up with content ideas. Because I manage the Raven Elise channel and she's been on YouTube forever, we are constantly having to come up with new ideas for videos so that we don't keep producing the same content over and over again. And one of my jobs as the manager of that channel is to kind of help brainstorm ideas. Uh, so I have a few little tricks up my sleeve because, I've said this before on my social media. As a content creator, as a YouTube creator, you have one job, and that job is to post videos. And so that's something, if you're in this for the long haul, that you're going to have to keep doing over and over again, week after week. I like to brainstorm at least 100 ideas, because if you're posting one video a week, that's 52 ideas in a year. You may not use all those ideas, but brainstorming is just a way to come up with ideas, write them down. Don't try to think about whether it's a good idea or not. Don't try to think about whether or not it's hard to film. Just come up with an idea that you can uh, put down on your list for brainstorming. So the very first way that I like to come up with content ideas, and that is using the YouTube search bar. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Somebody give me your channel niche. Oh, Sage says she has tons of ideas. It's just hard finding time to record. I get that. Yeah, Lauren, look at your peers' channels. That's one of my tips. Absolutely. So somebody give me your topic, your niche that you create content about. And we're just going to do a little live search for content ideas. Plus size fashion. All right, Stephanie. So you just start typing in plus size what? Plus size fashion will come up. Plus size haul will come up. Plus size fashion. If you type that in, you'll see Fashion Nova haul. You'll see Halloween costumes that just passed. Plus size fashion 2022. When these terms are showing up, that means that people are actually searching for these particular terms. Let's see. What's another word? You need to use synonyms for your words that your topic is about. So plus size. What's another word? Curvy. Curvy fashion. Curvy fashion haul. Curvy Fashion Nova jeans. Curvy Fashion Nova dress haul. Curvy girl what? Outfits. Curvy girl jeans. Curvy girl workout. Curvy girl clothing haul. You see where I'm going? Full figured. That's a good one. Full figured try on haul. Full figured swimwear. Full figured bikini haul. Full figured try on haul no shame. That might be a trend. I'm not sure. Full. So that's the first way. And those are like, that's your broad topic, but you may have an idea to do, like if you shop at a particular store. If you shop at H&M, you might want to start with the name of the store. H&M full, maybe you look and see if there's some full figure. Maybe full figured haul from H&M. I don't know which stores carry. The ones I know are really old. So Tamara, tell me about personal development. What types of things do you post about on your channel? while you're doing that, I'm gonna. Motherhood is also a very broad um, term. So if you want to, like what types of subjects would you be talking about? Would you be talking about um, motherhood, homeschooling your kids, maybe? Tell me, give me in the comments, give me some keywords to go for. But let's see if it was motherhood and you're breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is a motherhood. Uh, breastfeeding a 10-year-old baby, no. Okay, maybe that's not a good one. Breastfeeding a newborn, breastfeeding um, uh, breastfeeding issues. Like maybe you're focusing on issues that someone might have with breastfeeding. Breastfeeding issues after C-section, breastfeeding issues at 3 months, breastfeeding issues at 4 months. Um, a doula, so childbirth, pregnancy. You start in typing pregnancy. Uh, and see what comes up. Pregnancy week by week, pregnancy symptoms, pregnancy yoga, pregnant, you know, you get the idea. Start, there's dozens of keywords that each one of you can use for your uh, channel to start uh, getting ideas from the YouTube search bar. The other way, someone already said this, is to look at what your competition is doing. Look at their most popular videos. Absolutely. That, not that you're going to copy what your competition is doing. I don't like to call them competition. I call them peers on YouTube. And I think that's what someone who said it. Look at what their most popular videos are right now. Also, you might look at what they're creating content about right now, because they may have found some trending topics that you haven't found. And then what you want to do is try to put your own particular spin on that topic. Do you guys all have at least 3 or 4 creators in your niche that you kind of look up to and you kind of aspire to be like them? You should. Fitness, that should be one. To yoga, you should be able to come up with some really good ideas from the search bar. So when do some of you guys look at your competition to look at what they're doing, or do you try to steer away from that? I see that the chat is lagging a little bit. Tamara, vision boards, quarterly planning, all the things of being a mom, wife, military vet, and travel advisor. Yes, Sage, you look at your peers to see kind of what they're posting. You may not want to look at someone that's huge, that has a huge channel, but someone who's got a channel that's a little bit more advanced than yours are. Maybe they're getting more views on their video. Maybe they have more subscribers. And then, speaking of looking at your competition or your peers to see if they posted on any trending topics, you should always be on the lookout for trending topics within your niche and without, because it may be a trending topic in another niche, but you might be able to put your spin on it. So, for instance, one trend that I've seen, in recent months is TikTok related. TikTok made me what? TikTok made me try this recipe. TikTok made me buy these items. TikTok made me want to try this fashion style. So, that may not be a trend that's trending right now, but when you notice lots of creators doing a spin on a trend, another one is what I wish I knew about, what I wish I knew about motherhood, what I wish I knew about personal development, what I wish I knew about weight training. Um, that could be an idea. So trends. The way I find trends is I just spend a lot of time on YouTube, not necessarily watching a lot of of content in full, but I do spend a lot of time scrolling through the homepage to see what's popping up. And also, I really like, let me share my screen again. I really like that once you start, let's see, fitness. Once you start searching, you're on the home page. I go back to the home page. So here you'll see some topics. Most of these topics, I notice they're pulling from what I typically watch on YouTube. So law of attraction, lives, podcasts, birds, homes, editing, certain things that I've searched for. But you might want to check out one of these topics if it's relevant to your niche that you're creating in, like clothing. And you can see, oh, there's some newer videos and there are some very old videos that are popping up. Scroll through here and see if you do fashion or try on hauls or whatever, see if there's something that you can kind of put your spin on here. Of course, fall try on haul. I'm going to get to that next when I start thinking about what's going on around you right now. Yeah, that search bar, you could spend hours just typing stuff in and seeing what comes up. Be sure and use your synonyms. Okay. Looking at peers, sometimes I'll get the bigger channels. Yeah, you're right, Southern Belle. If you look at peers that are way bigger than you are, you can still get ideas from them, and you can still put your spin on them, but you definitely want to stick to your niche. Peer, you got some questions. We can get to those after we finish talking about how to find your content ideas. So another way to get ideas for content is to ask your audience. You can, of course, ask them in the comments if you have a really engaged audience that's posting a lot of comments. But the other thing that you can do is go to your channel, go to your community page. You guys should all be using your community page. Everybody has it. And one way that it's recommended to use your community page is to be engaged with your audience. So you can put polls there. Sometimes, here's a poll I put, what should we talk about in my next live stream? And I got quite a few responses. So you could ask an open-ended question, or you could place a poll here. So Lauren says, a tip I remember hearing is to log into YouTube from incognito mode and see what kind of content is being recommended after your video, and that'll help show you what's related. That could work. Is there a way to click on you all profile without searching your name? I'm not sure what that means. Is there a way to click on you all profile without searching your name? When I click on your profile, I only get the block option. I'm not really sure what that means. Culture of Kai. So that is, do you guys communicate with um, your audience in your community tab? Who's doing that? Your audience, people who have notifications turned on and who are subscribed to you, may see your community posts faster than, oh, she's talking about in the chat. Yeah. So are you guys talking to your audience, talking to your subscribers in the community posts? That's a kind of a little known thing that a lot of YouTube creators really aren't taking um, advantage of. You should be posting in there every day. Why not? And not necessarily just to hawk your own content, because we do use that for that too. I mean, I'll say, hey, I got this live coming up, or did you see my last video about this? But don't just use it for that. I've kind of heard the community tab being described as Facebook for YouTube. It's kind of like your Facebook page. So you can share some things kind of behind the scenes. I really like to use GIFs because they move and they get attention. Um, we use a lot of GIFs in the Raven Elise channel on the community page, and we use polls. Let me just show you guys. So we engage the audience with polls to ask, like, what do you think, what was your favorite Christmas theme that I've done? And then we pull a GIF from a video if we're really trying to get that attention. If your subscribers are on their cell phone, they open YouTube, they're likely to see your community posts, and they're likely to pay attention to your community posts if it's moving. It's just a little trick to get their attention. So use your community tab and use your comments to ask your audience what they want to what they want you to make content about. So the next way that I really fill in our content calendar is to think about what's going to be happening in the world, in our lives, in our towns, period. And that means like certain seasonal things are happening. Right now, we all know, and you should have probably planned this content months ago, but Christmas is coming up. Well, what's after Christmas? New Year's. What's after New Year's? Valentine's Day. What's after Valentine's Day? Spring break. We plug in, if your content, if it's relevant to your content, if you have an educational channel, it may not be relevant. But if you have a channel that focuses on a particular lifestyle, then it might be relevant that you want to make some content around the seasons: winter, fall, spring, summer, holidays, major holidays, 4th of July. If you are a lifestyle creator, whether it's clothing or whether it's makeup or whether it's food or cooking, think about the places that you shop and see how you can create content around that. So you're a fashion, you do fashion content. What are your favorite stores? It could be around that. Zara, Shein. If you do home decor, home goods, at home, Target, Walmart. If you do crafting, it's Hobby Lobby, Michael's. You know what I'm saying? So Michael's Haul, a Hobby Lobby, 10 things I found at Hobby Lobby that I use for crafting. Trader Joe's is really big as far as trending topics. People like to know what you got at Trader Joe's or what you made from what you got at Trader Joe's. So, yeah, holidays are coming up in the month of December. Everyone vlog daily. I would love to participate. Well, may not be the best idea. We were just talking about that last night in my private group about whether or not Vlogmas helps or hurts your channel. And if you're brand new and you don't really have any content up, it probably can't hurt you. It's not going to, it's probably not going to get served out a lot because it's kind of generic the way most people do Vlogmas is they're vlogging their days leading up to Christmas. But if you can, you know, the draw of Vlogmas or Vlogtober is to post a video every day. And that's can be daunting to post and edit a video every day or even every other day. But as long as you can stick to your niche and create that content around the things that your audience watches you for, then it probably won't hurt you. I'm not sure how much it'll help you. So let me scroll back up here. Those are my ideas. You got any more ideas you want to contribute to finding content ideas on YouTube? Use the search bar. Look at what your competition is doing. Definitely look at their most popular video. Always be on the lookout for trending topics and how you can put your spin on them. Ask your audience, ask them in the community page, ask them in your videos, ask them in your comments what they want to see from you, more of from you. Think about the coming seasons, winter, spring, summer, fall, the coming holidays, the coming special events. Think about where you shop and where you spend money, where other people may be shopping and spending money. Those are my favorite ways to come up. And I can, I think that everyone should spend some time coming up with a bunch of different video ideas, brainstorming them. You definitely don't need to be thinking about, oh gosh, what am I going to post next week? Definitely have your content planned out for the next 3 to 4 months. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier, I promise. But if anyone else has any more ideas, I'd love to add them to my list because you guys are super creative, and I don't doubt that you have some other ideas about coming up with content ideas, coming up with the video ideas. Let me see, there was a question. Let's see, who had a question? Pierre. Pierre, I want my channel to be about growing a tech company. Ooh, that's good. Should I make informative content first and then go into a day in the life? A day in the life of someone who is growing a tech company? That's something I've never seen. I no doubt it's going to be super interesting, and maybe, do you know if there's an audience for that content? Enough of an audience to make a difference in your channel, Pierre? Because that's something I'm not really familiar with. Let me know. Okay, anybody else have any other questions? I think I'm gonna, probably since I was late, y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna cut this, I'm gonna stop this live at 30 minutes because I know it's late for y'all. Um, collabs with others in your niche and a similar following. So you guys kind of brainstorm together on content you could create and do some type of a collab with. That's a good idea because your yeah, niche, your the person you're collabing with may have definitely brainstormed together. Get yourself a partner on YouTube and bounce ideas off of each other. And I guarantee you, with two people writing down ideas, you're going to be going back and forth like, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I could do that one. Um, that's a great, I'm going to add that to my list. Collab with other YouTubers and brainstorm together. Shower routines. Well, yeah, that's Driven's Corner. Well, a shower routine, though, let me just add this to the chat. You don't want to niche just to shower routines. You're right, that's pretty narrow, but you could easily branch out into self care, body care, things that are definitely related to, once you take your shower, you have, there's shaving, there's waxing, um, there's exfoliating, there's, you know, any number of things that have to do with body care. So, especially if it's for a specific, yeah, femininity, did I say that right? Um, you could go broader from shower into skincare, body care, facial routines, pampering routines. Yeah, hygiene hauls. How do your vlogs do, Driven? Driven's Corner? Driven? Is that your name? Shades of Sage says, I also try to reinvent older videos I've done. Yes, especially your popular videos. That's a huge tip. If you have videos that have done better than any other videos on your channel, definitely redo some version of that particular um, video. They do somewhat okay, not as good as a shower. Do you know why, Driven? Your vlogs don't do as well? What's your channel, Driven? Is it Driven's Corner? Let's see. Let's look at this. And vlogs could be hurting your channel. Vlogging at this point. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. So when you're saying a day in my life, Driven, first of all, the subscribers you have, and you have 449 subscribers, that's a really good start. And do you see how when you did the shower routine, you got 503 views, more than the number of subscribers? That's great. But then you do a vlog and nobody knows who you are. So your video pops up in the YouTube recommendations. Nobody sees your videos on YouTube unless YouTube, either they're coming straight to your channel because they're like, I found this YouTube creator named Driven and I'm going to go watch her video. So I'm going to type in Driven's Corner and I'm going to find her channel. Nobody's going to see your content unless YouTube serves it to them on their homepage, even if they're subscribed, even if they turn on their notification. YouTube has to show it to them. YouTube shows your content to a group of people that you're subscribed to. And if they click on it and start watching it, then YouTube will show it to a few more people that aren't subscribed to you. So just imagine your subscribers, even someone who's subscribed to you, is on YouTube and this video pops up, a day in my life. I can't see your face. I don't know who it is. It says a day in my life Saturday vlog. Why would I want to watch that? So you've got a thing going on with the maintenance, body maintenance, shower routine. Stick to that. People who share a day in my life type content are known on YouTube. They have a large channel base. They have a big group of subscribers, and they are known. Vlogs, day in my life don't work if people don't know you. You've got to bring that audience in with specific type of content that they might be interested in. Does that make sense? Yeah. Good. So you keep going with the shower stuff. Go hard on that. Go hard on that. And you know, shower routines are big. Okay. Shower routines to smell good. Shower routines, hygiene. Shower routine, feminine hygiene. There's a thing. So you go ahead and rock that. Daphne, my content is not very captivating to me, but people seem to go for the shopping content. What's your channel, Daphne? I need to find a way to add depth to my blogs. I don't know if that's what you need to do. I'll take a look and let you know. Will Vlogmas work if I react to certain videos? Is your channel a reaction channel? If it is, then that's the kind of content your viewers want to see. So y'all tell me where are y'all getting this idea about Vlogmas? Why is everybody asking about Vlogmas? You see people doing it, and you're like, maybe I should do it too. I don't think that the majority of people on YouTube are interested just because a video title says it's about Vlogmas, which is vlogging your day for every day. It is so 2014. And it is hard. It's a lot of work because film, edit, upload every single day. For what? For what? I think Vlogmas started when vlogs were more popular than they are right now, and people were looking for a way, there's a couple of reasons why I think, and I'm not sure if this is true or not, to get more watch time hours, at the end of the year. Also, if you are monetized, in the past, not in these recessionary times, but in the past, people, the brands the companies pay more money for ads. So your ad revenue may be more in December, because they're spending their ad money during the holidays than it is in other times of the year. So, but it's not a strategy. It's not something that unless, here's what I'm going to say about that. You have an engaged audience. People are already watching your content. They're watching you for a specific reason. You're creating a video a day about that topic that people are watching you for. And it's a exercise. I mean, that's why I said if you're new driven and you just want to practice getting videos up, great. It's not going to help grow your channel. Stephanie says, I'm going to stay in my plump little lane. Yeah, just timber. A just timber in September. Okay. Jess. Mercedes says she did it once and her views went down. Yeah, a video a day. I don't recommend it. If you're dead set on doing it, there's nothing wrong with experimenting. But that's a lot to experiment. That's a lot to just say, I'm just experimenting to see what happens. Um, Most creators I talk to don't have good results from Vlogmas unless you put a specific spin on it. That, if you're a great storyteller and it's a story you're weaving from day 1 of December to the last part of December, and they're like, oh, I want to see what happens next. But if you're just like, okay, this is what I did today. I went Christmas shopping. I bought a tree. I put it up. I don't think anybody's going to be interested. A short day. A day. Well, you could try that too. All right, y'all. So I kind of have a little bit of jet lag. I'm so sorry about being late, 2 hours late. Lord have mercy. And what do you guys, I'm going to ask this one last question. What do you guys want to talk about next Friday? I'm going to do Friday because Thursday is Thanksgiving. So D Vlogger, I can't find a good niche. I did a live just last week on how to find a good niche for you. Watch that video. You'll get some ideas. Yeah, Mary, I was late because I was confused about what time it was here on the West Coast and what time it is Central. No, we haven't talked about branding, meaning branding your channel. We haven't, but that's a good topic. I like that one. SEO. Ooh, that's another good one. I like those. Thank you. What else? What else y'all got? What else y'all got? Well, I'll add those 2 to my list, you guys. Advice for newbies under 100 subs. I can do that right now. Right this minute. Create the videos, sis. Post the videos. Don't matter about what. Just post videos. Get in the practice. Get in the habit of taking action and creating content on YouTube. Practice using your camera. Practice being in front of the camera. Practice editing. Practice posting. Post as many videos as you have time to do. That's your job. You have under 100 subbies. Nobody's watching you anyway. So just go ahead and get those videos out there. Your first videos are probably going to suck. It's okay. Everybody's do. So you heard me, get those sucky videos out there. And then by the time you start really attracting an audience, you'll be so much better at it. Yes. Post the video. Practice. Giveaways. For still, I don't know if they ever were helpful. They attract, if you have to be careful the way you do a giveaway, Mercedes, because if you put it in the title, there are scammers that go out there and they just try to win every giveaway. So if you're not putting it in the title, how is it going to draw people to your channel? It may draw the wrong people to your channel. So no, I would say not for a smaller channel, giveaways. If you want to commemorate something like I reached so many subscribers, I got so many views, and you just want to do something for your audience, you really kind of have to hide it inside your content so that you don't attract the wrong people to your channel. That's going to hurt your channel in the long run. Alrighty, using TikTok to build a following. Ooh, I don't know if I can talk about that. But I like the SEO and I like the branding. So you guys, thanks for being here. I will be live next Friday on time. And I'll see y'all then.